Hello, you hardcores. Welcome back to the show. We're on part two now with Andy from Aberdeen, the mumbling jock.
Don't bully me.
What did you think to Eddie Hills's interviews recently, sticking it to Carl Froch, saying he's unhappy with Carl Froch, saying that Joshua against Ngannou was a cash grab and Eddie looks stupid making the fight because he slagged Fury for it and Ngannou's Norton won as a boxer. I think Cobra's in order there. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's only telling the truth, isn't he? As he
We
sees it.
work in media. Cobra works in media now. He has to give an opinion, doesn't he? He's an Hall of Famer.
Eddie Hills is just jealous that he can't be as honest as the Cobra.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I look at it. Uh, okay. Uh, we spoke about Kelbrook and that tournament and that. What do you think about all these sermons that are popping up? We seem to see them all the time, don't we? These sermons. What do you think?
Is that all the liquors? I
Well,
don't. I
this
tend. I
well, this
tend not. I tend not to watch them personally, but I'll maybe do it just for research purposes. But it's just all the liquors having a lick fest, isn't it?
well, I mean, we can predict them, can't we? Caldwell, Flex, Sam Jones, Big Malk. There's four straight away there. We are any messing of a shadow of a doubt. And then four will do six or seven platforms plus their own.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think I didn't even know they had their own platforms. To be honest,
Malk
Flex and that.
goes on. Big Malk's
Big
channel's
Mouth one.
good.
Aye. Aye.
What's Big
I think.
Malk's called? I forgot what it's called now. Stamina for Sale, YouTube.
Right.
Not bad in Wedderburn Tunde, on. Big Malk and Tunde, they're not bad. I've
Take
seen
that.
a lot worse. Yeah, I've seen a lot worse. I don't get all that where they start laughing really loud at nothing really funny and
Hmm.
giggling like girls and doing them stupid high five things that they do. I don't get that.
Slapping.
Eh?
Having a back slapping session.
Yeah, I don't understand all that. I don't understand. It's maybe a northern thing because we're like classed as northern monkeys, aren't we, up here, and thickos. Maybe it's a different vibe down there. I don't know. Well, they are crackers down there, aren't they, mate? They pay like 10 quid for a sandwich, don't they? Where we pay a
Ah,
pound.
I make
So,
my own sandwiches.
hey, you
I
what?
make my own I make my own sandwiches. I don't buy sandwiches.
Don't you? I don't eat. I hardly eat bread. I have a slice of bread in the morning, on well, toast, and that's it. I'm not a big bread man. I used to be. I could polish a loaf off in a cup of soup
Oh,
when I were a fat man.
I don't eat sourdough bread, and you can't buy. I never see anywhere you could actually buy a sandwich made of sourdough bread. So I just
Sourdough
buy.
bread. What's that? Is that a Scottish thing?
Nah, it's I don't know what I don't know where it's originated from, but it's fermented, isn't it? So anything fermented, as far as I understand, is supposed to be better for your guts, like that kefir stuff.
Oh
Kefir.
yeah. I've heard all that. Yeah, yeah.
I actually tried eating some kimchi today. I bought bought a jar of that and a jar of sauerkraut a while ago to try it. But kimchi, I think it's fermented cabbage, but it's spicy. It's maybe like sauerkraut, but it's spicy. But I had it on a sandwich with some ham today. You couldn't. I don't think you could have it on its own. I don't think that'd be right. But it's actually all right. Yeah, it's not too bad.
What do you
Just
think
trying.
to that? Go on,
Sorry.
Andy. Go on. What? Go on. Carry on with your bread fucking boring story. Go on. Ian.
Now I'm just trying to be healthy now. I'm getting older.
Yeah, they joined the club, kid. Join the club. We all try and look after us, and I've got a lot of making up to. I've been out my brains 30 years.
Yeah,
So
you'll get there though. We'll catch up.
what? We're 2 week cleans.
It's a start.
It's great. I keep thinking of Lee Frotch. Has he gone on for 7 years? Then I keep thinking, yeah, but has he? Hey, hey, I keep thinking about Lee Frotch. Every July he gets that little badge, doesn't he? You know, say he's been sober another year. I keep thinking, oh, I want one of them. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
think I'll get one of them.
Yeah. Now, what's happening with Dylan White, Andy? What's happened to him? Can man? Anybody who wants it can get it. Is he on Skid Row?
Silence, eh? It's just there's nothing up. It's just silence is deadly or silence is golden or something. But I don't think you'll see him again fighting. I don't believe you'll see him again.
Do you think we'll see
Uh,
Tony Bellew again?
for a wee while I thought we might, but no, if he's as fat as he is in that picture you've got there.
That's Tony, that. He's had some tattoos, hasn't he? Like, listen, he's 5 year, 3 month on settee.
Nah, he's not coming back now, is he? That'd be like Ricky when Ricky Hatton came back, didn't he? And he got sunk
Yeah.
with a body shot. You can't undo all that time. You can't beat Father Time, can you?
No, no. You know the cruiserweight division. They're saying that obviously Callum Johnson's moved up to cruiserweight. He's a massive puncher, and then you've got Yard. They're saying he might move up. Chris Smith, React Porte. There's a good little quartet there, isn't there?
Maybe Callum Smith will move up if he's going to continue.
I don't
He's
think he will. I mean, I don't think he
I
will,
think he's
but
done
if he
now.
does,
I think he's done.
I think he's good. Listen, mate, he's had it off, hasn't he? Let's have it right. He's overachieved, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Best we've seen him looked when he did Rocky Fielding.
yeah.
And 18 months before that, or not long before that, he were a substitute in prize fighter Rocky Fielding. Everybody who said he were going to be a journeyman, didn't they? He had a career mapped out as a journeyman. Ended up in prize fighter, and the rest, as they say, is history.
So the cruiserweight division could be getting interesting.
Well, you know what I'd do if I were advising Chris Billum Smith? I'd say to him, look, Chris, you're going to get beat any time here at cruiserweight, and it's not big money. But if you vacate and tell the WBO that you're doing that, they can make you mandatory for the heavyweight champion for the WBO, which is what the WBO said. So it were good enough for Usyk. Why is it not good enough for Chris Billum Smith?
I would say that's his best road for money, isn't it? Best route for money.
Exactly,
He's,
but nobody's telling him. But it was all right for Usyk to do it, wasn't it?
yeah. And everybody said he wasn't big enough, didn't they? But he's
Listen,
proved them
mate.
wrong.
Once you get by a certain weight, I mean, well, all right then. If we're going on size, does that mean a 25 stone man will be able to knock them all out? No, you can only go so. What about a 50 stone man who's big and muscular, an 8 foot taller giant of giants? You can only, it's not going
As
to
simple
work.
as that.
Listen, I think the cut-off point really for heavyweights, in my opinion, has always been about 16 stone. Anything
Yeah.
over that don't really matter in my eyes because if you can't whack at 16 stone, you're never going to whack, eh? So why do you want to be 19, 20 stone? You see where I'm
You,
coming from?
you might find Usyk as the actual optimum heavyweight, isn't he? Optimum size. I mean, Muhammad Ali was that size as well, wasn't
He's the
he?
same weight and the same height as Ali,
Yeah.
and it's ideal for his style. Plus, he's a southpaw, Ali you want. And that's what will give Tyson Fury problems in being a southpaw. People keep scoffing. Oh, Tyson's massive, this and that. Listen, when last time we saw Tyson Fury looking fantastic? It was the second Wilder fight. It's a long
Think
time
well.
ago now. It's a right
Yep.
long time ago, Andy.
Certainly
People
is, isn't it?
forget that. They say, oh, what about Callum Smith? So then I always think, well, what would Julian, my pal, say? And I think, look at it logically, Russell. And I think, well, Callum Smith last looked great against George Groves. That was 2018. So all these people that were going mundo crazy all this week, fight week, all losing their minds. Everybody could see it was just a cash grab. I could. If he want a
And
cash grab, he'd have been fighting at UK one. He wanted to stay fighting at UK. It were a cash grab. That's what it were. He duped into fighting that fight. And do you know what? He might not regret it now, or he might not blame anybody. But first they're angry, and then they're upset. Then they look for somebody to blame. So I expect the blame game in the next 2 weeks. Watch it unfold. We've seen it with Smith, didn't we? Oh, I've got no excuses and all that. Then within an hour, all excuses were pouring out. Watch it unfold. It's an emotional sport.
yeah,
Watch it unfold. But in my opinion, Callum Smith still got that high guard. It's amateurish, upright sort of style. And he looked like
yeah,
McGirt had tried to add a bit of head movement and a crouching down a little bit to him. But it looked alien to him, didn't it?
yeah. He was out of sorts, wasn't he? Just wasn't he? Like you say, he could have been stuck between two styles.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean. You could even throw Lawrence Okoli into that mix, the Stinkinator. Now, this is how I look at it, right? Do you know, but getting to Boxer, right? They're being sued by Matchroom for the matching rights to Joshua Boazzi. Yeah, they're saying they have one fight left, aren't they? Blah de blah, right? And it's principle, and we're doing it because of our contracts to so that they're enforced. Whatever, Eddie. But this is how I look at it. When Joshua Boazzi left, Eddie went good riddance. They don't do tickets. And what were they running around saying? He'd never done more than 77 tickets, right? 77 tickets. He's not a ticket seller. He's a dumb mute like Callum Smith. He doesn't say out, does he? He's just a dummy. Right? He's not engaging. He could walk down Brixton High Street now in London. Nobody'd know who we were. They think we were a crack dealer. That's the bottom line. So, what is he? Olympic bronze medalist, Boatsy, isn't he? He needs to think he's so lucky that he's in the mix and he's got a Sky deal because, let's have it right, he's not engaging and I can't remember him ever being in an exciting fight. So he
Yeah.
needs to do the business against Dan Aziz. But why is Eddie suing him when he wanted rid of him anyway?
It
Just to
doesn't make
get, it's
sense.
just to have a go at boxer, isn't it? I think. But Adrian Mole, what do you think?
Saving face, isn't he? That's what he's doing, right?
With
Saving
what?
face. Saving face.
Well, yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Why would he be bothered about something that they're losing money on? Yeah, he don't do tickets unless it's because he's pissed off because he had plans to cash him in. And now Sky
Yeah.
will do it, and Eddie's done all heavy lifting. But what about Dennis Hobson doing all heavy lifting with Jamie McDonnell? When Dennis had Jamie, he went 13 and 0, British, Commonwealth, European, and world champion. He did over 300 grand in on a show, Donny Rovers football ground. Dennis is like, don't worry, I'll get that back. Well, he didn't get it back, did he? He didn't get that back. So, did you not get that back?
Yeah.
Oh, I will. He didn't. He left, didn't he?
Mm.
He left. And that was it. He went to Eddie Hills, but point I want to make is that Eddie will just be cheesed off because he wants to get his investment back. And I remember when Frampton left him, he were in bits then, but he didn't sue, did he? Because Frampton did it correctly. But you can't have it all your own way. What it is with Eddie, he wants to have a cake and eat it. That's what he
Yeah.
wants to do. Right, Buddy McGirt, is he the go-to guy? Go to Buddy McGirt, he's the best, the new dark lord. It's not Adam Boom or Ben Davidson, it's Buddy McGirt. He sucks, a load of shite. What do you think?
The only good thing I seen him do was stop the fight at the right time to
At the
save.
right time, he should have stopped it in four.
Maybe should have stopped it earlier, but if that was allowed to go on, there was serious damage going to get done then, wouldn't there? I think he knew that. Then. I think
What do
he
you
knew
think
that.
to Baturbia just having 98 rounds on his record? Look what he's achieved in 98 rounds.
No, he's got a huge amateur. How many amateur fights did he have? He's had a big amateur
Oh,
career.
tons, had tons, didn't he? Like Usyk.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you said before, if somebody's had or been an Olympic champion or had a big amateur career, they shouldn't be padding out records with dummies
No,
earlier on in
no.
their career. Shouldn't
I remember Usyk's business partner, whatever he's called, that Alex Crackett, whatever his manager advisor, they were asking him about that, and he were like, "Well, Olympian, look at Lomachenko, what he did in his first couple of fights with the world title, wasn't he, in his second fight?"
Mhm.
And he were of the opinion that Alex Krasiev, the fighters, they don't need to go to 20 and 0 if they've been top amateurs. You know, they should be going for British titles and or at least trink belts after five fights, he believes, not,
Yeah,
15, 20. Uh, that's how I look at it. But
he's right. Yeah, he's right. I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think to Mundo CV, Andy?
it's nothing like better beefs, is it? It's padded out.
More padding on
Disappointing.
it than a Pampers nadding, than a Pampers nappy. Well, it
Yeah,
is,
like
isn't
you
it?
say, he's an overachiever. Eh?
Would you like to see Yardsmith, Andy?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. No, just to see what happens there. Eh? That'd be an intriguing fight. No, I think I'd back Yard to beat him.
What do you think?
Um,
what did you think to Buddy McGirt's appearance with Callum, and what did he add to his game?
It's maybe I thought maybe the advice he was giving him was all right from what I could hear, but he wasn't capable of following it. I don't think was he?
You mean catch and counter, all that nonsense he kept coming
Aye,
out?
aye. It wasn't going to happen, was it? He was just way out of his depth. Buddy McGirt should have known he was way out of his depth what he was up against.
After one round, he should have said, "Here, listen, mate, let your
It's
hands go in this round because otherwise you're just going to pepper you all night and you're going to take untold punishment. So I either let your hands go or I'm going to pull you out because he wasn't letting
yeah,
his hands go, were he? He was frightened we what coming back. He was like a schoolboy in with a man on it. That's the difference. And this is how they should all be embarrassed. It were a worse beatdown than his brother Paul got of Andre Ward. You know what I mean? And that were a beatdown.
yeah. But he couldn't use any of his advantages of height and reach or anything, could he? It was just BRB was just nullifying everything. If a good example of somebody who used to use their height and reach brilliantly was Vitaly Klitschko, wasn't he? He had a style like, you could hardly hit him, eh? He had a great style for using his height and reach, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he wasn't scared to get stuck in a bit of fight, actually have a proper fight, was he? Vitaly Klitschko. I thought even smaller fighters that are like in light heavyweights that are taller could maybe benefit if you're watching some of his stuff to, or anybody who wants to be able to use their height and reach, from my opinion, anyway, just as a fan's opinion.
Yeah. Do you think we were sold how I can explain. Do you think we were sold a sports car? We ended up with a awesome cart by Eddie Hills, with Callum.
Aye, but I, I think hardcore fans would have been able to see through that, but he would have probably sold that to casual fans, get on the bandwagon, the Callum Smith bandwagon, and but yeah, I didn't believe it. I think I actually, for once, actually my prediction was right. I think I said 6 or 7 rounds, and it was seven. And then I talked to myself. I actually put a bet on. I had £3 in my William Hill account. I thought I'm just going to put that on one round. And I thought to myself, I kind of talked myself out the 6 and 7. I thought he lasted the distance with Canelo. Surely he'll probably last a wee bit longer. I think I put it on the ninth round. Then I was like, should have, I should have gone with my first instinct, but I
I
didn't.
said before, I said it'll be before round 9. So I'll get him out of
Yeah,
the ninth, seventh. But
yeah,
all right. Protected fighter Callum Smith, would you say? He's had easy paydays fighting stiffs.
yeah.
Step up, he
So
crumbles. Do you think it's a familiar story with Brits now, this?
yeah, you only got to look at Nathan Cleverley when he went in with Kovalev. That's probably a similar scenario, isn't it? I remember his face after the first round going back to the back to his corner. I thought he's like, fuck.
Callum,
The shock. Look at shock in his face.
knock
Nathan
on
Cleverley.
Cleverly.
Look on his face after the first round with Kovalev. He
Yeah,
was
oh
like,
yeah, I remember him getting dropped and Terry O'Connor, big fat Terry O'Connor. I hope you're listening, you shit house. I hope Terry Fat Man O'Connor is ashamed of himself because cleverly got flopped. He carried him, Bell went, he lifted him up and escorted him back to it round. He went to the wrong corner, didn't he, to start with? Didn't know what they were doing.
something a comedy show, eh?
Yeah.
Um, is Kovalev coming back? I hear a rumour of him fighting in Saudi.
Well, I wouldn't want
Don't
to
know
see
who
that.
against.
Oh, colic, isn't he?
Is he? Oh, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
Supposed to be
No,
alcoholic, likes that Russian vodka, doesn't he?
no, no with that.
Did you see Beefy tell Better Beef to F off when he went up to him in ring? Did you see Beefy when he was trying to get Callum's bandage off? He turned around and went, you could see it under his breath. Did you see it?
No, I never seen.
I thought that were right good at end that, yeah. I thought that were funny that. But I didn't give him a round. Two judges gave him two each. I didn't give him a round, Andy, did you?
No, I get everyone's better beef. He had a There was a couple of rounds with Callum Smith was maybe landing something, but Better Beef just answered it back with more, didn't he? So
Hmm.
I couldn't even give him a share around. I don't
Eddie says he's not read that article in the Times about Matchroom suing Boazzi, but I don't believe him.
think.
Uh, Where was the Beatles then on the night? Because they're saying that Beatles are boxing. Where were they, or were we given the Bay City Rollers?
Bayside. What's wrong with the Bayside Rollers?
Scottish band, aren't they? That's what's wrong with them. Pop, pop,
They were
bang.
big,
Sweaty
they were
sock.
big in the 70s, weren't they? But they weren't the Beatles, were
You what,
they?
sweaty?
They were they were big in the 70s. They got diddled out all their money, didn't they? That was a sad
Yeah,
story.
they got shafted. Uh,
Shafted.
20-minute demolition job is 20 and 0, 20 by knockout. So it was 20, wasn't it really?
20, the magic number, eh?
Hey, 20 is the magic number. Did you see Anthony Yard on Talksport saying he will winning fight when he got stops against him? Craziness, isn't it?
That's optimism, eh?
Mark from Hull says, ladies and gentlemen, I announce the Smiths. Is that it for the Smiths now? You know, the quartet of boxers that have been gifted belts and paydays left, right, and centre because the Smiths. Is that it now? Are they going to put us out our misery with that one with Mundo? Or is there more to come? Or is Paul Smith coming back, aka Jim Royal, aka Gloving Up? Because he's got something in basement. What do you think?
There's actually a band called the Smiths, isn't there? Maybe they're going to do a Smiths remix, but nah, I don't. I don't think any. Well, Beefy might come back. Is he going to come back for a? Well, like you just said, a word a tournament he could be involved in, but
He'll do anything for money, these little fuckers, mate.
there's
You
they're
will,
done. I think
honestly, mate. What
they're
about the
done.
Bob father, though? He's still going strong, in the old Bob Arum.
Yes, he's fair play to him. He's still rocking along, isn't he?
Yeah,
Is that his magic cannabis sweeties that's keeping him going?
I think so. What do you think to Michelle Joy Phelps as a appearance at working for Boxing Social? I mean, isn't she supposed to be studying for law?
I noticed you said. I noticed you said to Eddie Hills that him and her have history. Yeah, so I wonder what she was talking about
Him and her have history. I don't know about. I didn't even think Eddie liked women, to be honest.
there.
Hey,
There's
I
none in his jogging crew, is there?
don't know. Oh, you've got to be in the circle to get in the jogging crew. What you have to do, you have to get a face like Puppy Parsons. That's what you have to do there. He's
To
one of
lick
them.
Eddie's boots.
Yeah, well, he's a licker, isn't he? Because when he leaves school, it bus is licking window. So on school bus, pop, pop, bang. How old is that Parsons? Is he about 19? He's only a young Cub Scout, and he's got a lot to learn, haven't you, young Parsons? I know you're listening, pop, pop, poppity pop.
I think he
Uh,
is about 19, isn't
nah, he's only a young gun. Is he even shaving yet?
he?
Hey,
Maybe on the five-a-side, eh?
Big
5
Joe
years.
Egan's piped up. You know him, Big Joe Egan.
Big Joe Egan. Is that
Big Joe Egan, yeah, big old Joe Egan. He went to Dennis's dad's funeral. Didn't even know Dennis's dad. He's one of them gate crashers, you know, like the wedding crashers. You get gate, you turns up at events, doesn't he, with memorabilia, Joe Egan. Isn't that right, Joe, you big stiff? I hope John Fury puts you on button moon. Calling John Fury out, Joe Egan trying to get in on that Saudi money. What a weapon. Joe, you're a weapon.
trying to
Stop
get in on
telling
it?
people you sparred Mike Tyson. You didn't. You're full of shit. Mike Tyson didn't know whether he were coming or going when you're telling that story. See what Joe does? He mesmerizes people with his Mike Tyson lies. He's told Mike Tyson that story that many times about him and Mike and Cuss all eating meatloaf after sparring. But Mike actually fucking believes it. He's off his head that much. Joe Egan, you're full of shit. Stop with your lies. You're the Brian Cockrell of boxing. Fuck off. You're full of shit. Show me
Has he
some
got a
footage of you sparring Mike.
Is
Jesus,
he,
what a load of shit.
he a rally driver as well? That is
All right, oh, Group N rally driver that they don't even do. That's Brian Cockrell. He meant to say Group B rally driver because they outlawed Group B's, didn't they? They got that wrong. See, bride a lie. Whoppers they are, these people. Absolute whoppers.
I
You
think
know
Group
what I
N.
mean?
I think Group N was I might be wrong on this, but I'm sure Group N was like showroom spec cars. Eh?
Showroom spec car. Well, that story he told, he was in a Mondeo one and he blew an helicopter in a T5 Volvo after a ram raid. Come on, the guy's Walter Mitty. And then he went home, broke loads of world records at powerlifting and that. I seen him tensing his son up in mirror. He looked like he was trying to squeeze one out, mate. Right, the lie. Stop telling whoppers, you whopper. Unbelievable. Get me on your channel, bro. I'll put you straight. Every story he tells, everybody's dead, aren't they, when he's telling stories? Telling stories about all these hard men, and I'm like, God, he's done a lot of him. And then I'm thinking, hang on a minute, they're all dead then. Can't you think of
Nobody
something
can
a bit
argue.
better, Brian, than telling stories about dead people, you weapon? Sick of it, man. Change your tune. Do something constructive like me and be nice to people in boxing.
What do you think of Big John Fury saying that?
Under the no on hard road,
No, he
but
says
don't know the name of any of them.
that's they're all
Hey,
dead
what's
as
up?
well.
You what?
They're all dead as well.
I know, yeah. So Eddie
Yeah.
Hearn promised us a Porsche, didn't he, Mundo, but gave us a Peugeot. Pop, pop, bang. I mean, what is all that about? Eh?
Big John was saying if Tyson's no in shape, it could be like Jerry Cooney versus Michael Spinks when he fights Usyk.
Listen,
Is that
Big
just
John's saying that just to soften Usyk up, mate. He'll be there on night, and I can assure you. Tyson's already lost the weight already, I've heard today, so it's just a
ah?
case now. Yeah, he's on it because he's probably starved his son, but it wouldn't have done him any good. He's already
No,
lost the weight, so it's just a case of him just getting a bit of boxing skill up now, isn't it? I mean, you know what I mean? They're saying he can run over him as a cruiserweight. Well, he didn't find Steve Cunningham a cruiserweight, an easy cruiserweight to beat, did he?
no.
Stepping up ready, heavyweight.
He's just got to sharpen his tools now. Then
Yeah. Do you think I've been harsh on the Lick Squad minions this week?
no, really. If they're going to be a licker, they're going to get called out, isn't it? So
Do you think the licking now is that bad that they don't know when to stop, or they know what they're doing but they just don't care? Which do you think it is?
I think they're licking till their tongues are numb.
So the what?
Till their tongues are numb.
So the tongue. I thought you said thumbs then. So the tongues along.
Tongues are numb. Numb tongues.
Do you think Eddie got Mundo a bigger beating? Because he said, I'm going to give him a beating or something now for all your accusations. Do you think he got Mundo a bigger beating because Eddie opened his gob? I do.
Quite possibly. Eh?
I do. It backfired, didn't it? Everything Eddie does now backfires. Do you know why? Nobody believes him. Do you know this with Conor Ben? Do you know why they can't stick their hands up to this? Because they've come this far now. They've got to see it through to death, haven't they? Right. He could quite easily get a 4 year ban him, for them.
Mm,
Cameron got 4 year for one test, so why can't Conor Ben get 4 year for two tests?
yeah.
Why? And all lies and taking it all away. So that's how I look at it. Trust me.
It's still not been sorted out. How long is this going to go on? It's going to go on another 2 years.
Well, it's been going on 18 months, and now it looks like Crusher Ben's farmed out to a ballroom in Vegas. He's not up in lights, is he?
He's
Brilliant, is
ballroom
he?
dancing.
I know. No, I'm not sure. I'm not so sure, but no, I'm just wondering if Eddie Hills is having time of his life. I don't know, but Crusher Ben, what is he doing?
He's uh, he's he's still got ego on his face in my book, and he needs to clear his name, eh? There's always going to be a question mark over him. Nobody, any true fan's not going to get behind him, are they? And
Nobody's
he's
going
not.
to give him the time of the day, Andrew. I'm afraid, son.
Nah, the hype balloon's about to burst. I think if it's not burst already, yeah.
Hey,
But we need closure on this thing. It's just dragged on and on and on, and I take it's waiting on the board's appeal or something. Is it UCAD?
yeah. Board. Listen, if Board lose appeal, they'll refuse it anyway. And if they win, well, they'll still refuse that. So he'll get
Yeah.
banned. So either way, he's knackered anyway. And I think they know that. But do you think that they've told that many lies that anything Eddie now says, public just don't believe him on anything because they don't. they don't seem to be as lenient with him as they used to be, do they? You know.
Yeah, it's like the boy that cried wolf, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
and like we said before, he's maybe just looking for the exit to get off the train, and he's going to hand it all over to Frank Smith, and he'll hate to take all the shit.
yeah. What did
He'll
you
hate,
think? So, what did you think to Buddy McGirt and Paul Smith, aka Jim Royal, in the corner, and Mike the Mechanic Cutman? What do you think to them rates?
mate,
Mike the Mechanic, right set of ragamuffins, aren't they?
he's trying to botch up cuts with
Bob job cut.
copper grease.
Trying something, mate. Do you think all we've got now are protected fighters who are just wanting easy paydays, fighting stiffs and not wanting to be paid well?
Yeah, I mean, all it's doing by doing that is lowering their level in it, because then the step up to the real level, it'd be Varusek to get found out.
Yeah.
They all need to take a leaf out of these guys' book and follow their training example, and see how far they get. They'll probably do a lot better.
Yeah. 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 I agree, mate, wholeheartedly. Do you think that 18-month layoff did him in? I do.
Yeah, I mean, you only got to look at the Parker Wilder fight, and that just shows you the difference between activity and inactivity, doesn't it? What it can do to you. But
Yeah, it does, mate. You're exactly right there, mate.
yeah,
I mean,
perfect example, of that, isn't it? But
yeah, perfect. Do you
an
think
active
that,
fighter's a sharp fighter.
eh?
An active fighter's a sharp fighter.
Yeah. Do you
And
think Bob Arum, on the whole, looked at that and thought, do you know what? My guy will win.
yeah,
You
he
think?
knows he knows boxing, innit? And he'll feel a faith and be able to be against anyone, I think, doesn't he? So
You think?
I think so. I think he's pretty confident going into that. Um, I don't think Eddie Hill's looked confident. He was telling everybody that Smith's going to knock him out, but I don't think he believes that.
Yeah. Do you think Porky's corners are swimming against the tide all the time? Do you think it bothers me? Instead of going downstream like rest at Liquors.
Yeah, I don't think it bothers you. I don't think you could cope with going downstream with the liquors. That wouldn't. It's just no in you. So
You know that kid, don't you?
that's it.
Right.
You've got to be
Right.
true to yourself. And like I said before, you probably find the truth runs right through this channel, no matter who's on it. All the people that come on it.
Character building, Andrew, I'm afraid, son, is called character building. And only other thing I can put it next to is being in prison in solitary, or when I were in that hospital bed and I wired up to that machine for them for a week and I couldn't move. That's the only thing I could put it to it, equivalent to that. That's doing Porky's Corner. You need to be strong-willed. You know, people say you can dish it out on their Porky, but listen, I can take it as well, and I do take some. And you've got to take some to land some, haven't you? And I
Yeah.
take blows every day on this channel, but I always land a couple. So it hardens you. I'm battle weary. And I knew it were like this after I first started with Big Ron, and I seen some things after a week. I was like, wow, does this really go on? I'm like shocked. I thought, how corrupt is this? I've
Complete
never
eye
seen,
opener, eh?
I've never seen no like it. I said basically it's a load of men running around bullying and intimidating and telling sanctioning bodies and boards and this and that. We're doing this, we're doing that. He's taking this, he's having this, we're fighting him. This is ranking, we're lobbying and blah. Oh, listen, mate. It can be mesmerising at first, but then you realise that all it is a load of insecure men that don't want you to say that they're on slide or the timing's out or you're not really that good, son. That's all it is. People that are insecure, and it's full of them. And especially if you're a father and your son's training, and somebody says, "Look, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that," can cause all sorts of problems because everybody's an expert, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean,
Especially if
I've
you're
I've
a father.
I've watched boxing for probably about 35 years now, but when I first came on your channel, there's loads of stuff I didn't have a clue about, like behind the scenes, like you were telling me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe half of it. I thought that's wild, but that's what's actually going on.
I bet me and Julian have opened your eyes, haven't we?
Oh, aye, big time. I mean, I first started watching your channel probably about coming up for 4 years, and probably coming up for 4 years. I probably watched the odd video, and then I got really ill right at the start of COVID. I ended up in hospital with COVID and that way back at the start. I ended up in hospital twice, and then when I came out, I was recovering there. So YouTube was all I watched really, because if you watch, if I watched conventional TV, every fucking advert that came on was pure cremation, and it was like there's fucking vultures circling my house. Everything was to do with funerals and death and everything. And I'm lying there like
Uh,
pile of shit. So I started watching your channel, and I thought,
yeah.
I thought he's a bit gobby, isn't he? He's a bit gobby, and then I thought I quite like what he's saying, though. And then I maybe watch some other stuff. Now I come back to your channel, watch it again, and I just kind of got hooked on it, and because I thought you're telling the truth, nobody
Yeah,
else was
well,
telling.
I spent that many years lying about what I was doing. Yeah, that gear there, I can see it on the teeth, Russell. Listen, your head's gone. You're barking mad, it's toffee. I was in denial about 10 years, like my knackers off.
uh, and one thing,
Okay, we'll finish off on this then. For real sake, does it happen? Looks like it might, but it still might not. I don't think it happens, but people are saying it happens. Fury's took the weight off. I've heard he's 19 stone dead today. So
right?
that's good. And I've heard there's a bit more to come off. So yeah, so it looks like it's just a case of him nipping it up and that. So if he's ready for when it happens. He's
Yeah,
got two fights with him, and then he's got the Ngannou, so he's got 150 million to mop up. And then he might not be done. He'll fight while he's 40, but who
yeah.
wins? Fury, Usyk? Who you got? I've got Usyk.
I've got probably get Usyk, because my concern is that Fury, if Fury's taking weight off too quick, that can weaken you, can't it?
Yeah.
And I've always thought Fury could beat Usyk at the very top of his game, but my fear is his best days are past him. He might prove me wrong, but my fear is his best days are past him. So I'm going to go with Usyk
I'm going to go
um,
Usyk.
for the
Uh,
reasons.
okay, Josh Warrington is up begging bucket out him and his father at last 4 weeks. Josh Warrington, Lee Wood in May if it happens. If it happens. Who you got?
Probably Lee Wood again, I think. No, Lee Wood
I've
again.
got I've got Warrington on
You
point.
want to.
Warrington on points on that one, yeah. Yeah, I think
Right,
he'll be
I'll go.
motivated.
I think Lee Wood again on stoppage, but might be a wee bit later. Might be a wee bit later the stoppage.
Yeah,
I think Fury Usyk happens as well, because I've said it will happen, so I kind of changed my mind on that. I think it will happen on February.
yeah. Okay, then we'll finish on this one. Boxing King Media is a copper, we all know. Is that right? Him slinking around boxing gyms and presses and arenas with his camera, knowing he's the old Bill. Is that right? Yes or no? Is that right for the sport? He's not doing no wrong, is he?
No, but as long as he's no, there's always a suspicion, isn't there, for what he's up to. But
Yeah.
if he is genuinely passionate about boxing, and that's what he wants to do, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
He should
But
jog cops on then, shouldn't he, and go for boxing?
he should bin whatever he was doing with the police or whatever. Is he an acting still active policeman?
No, he's
I don't know.
apparently he's took a year out 'cause he's not well. People are saying you've got a problem with him poking. I am. I will have a
Right.
problem when he comes in my company with his camera though.
Aye.
So
Yeah. If he's could be a double agent. You don't know, eh? There's
there
always
you
going to be
go.
that
They're all over the
question.
place, aren't they? But somebody's let him in, aren't they? Now he's up at Flex's today. So Flex, if people start getting nicked, it's on your plate. All right. That's me done. I left this house this morning at 5:20 past 11. I am shatterooning and the train today as well. Okie dokies. You take care, Andy.
Good
Pop, pop,
man.
bang. Nice to see you, mate. And I will speak to you tomorrow. Peace out, kids. Have a
Be
drink.
happy, be healthy.
Be healthy. What are you drinking, Andy? Vodka?
Vodka, healthy stuff.
Oh, well, see you, pal.
Just the one, though, just the one.
All right. Cheers.
Take care, mate. All the best.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Booyaka. Peace out.